What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hippie Speedball Podcast, the best cannabis podcast in the world. It is Joe, as always, and I am joined with the JTP team. Guys, how the fuck we doing today?
We are doing well.
Awesome. You guys having a good morning so far?
So far, so good. A little early, but that's okay. It's a beautiful Sunday.
It's a little earlier than normal, for sure, definitely, but it's all good. That makes the coffee more worthwhile, and luckily you love the coffee I make, so...
Yes.
It's like I said, it's basically caffeine sludge.
Motor oil coffee, but that's the coffee I like the most.
I call it parental coffee.
Yes.
That's exactly the kind that parents
100%.
need. Or parents at least that drink coffee. If coffee's not your thing, whatever. That's your fucking deal. Anyway.
We can't help you then.
I only like really, really foofy coffee. It's only when it's usually cold outside.
Yeah.
So it's like Dutch Brothers, warm up, drink it. I drink it for like 8 hours. Takes me forever.
I get down on those holiday flavor coffees. Not even gonna lie. Like when it's fall time and shit, I'll get down on pumpkin spice lattes and eggnog lattes and stuff. Call me a basic bitch. I don't give a fuck. Like I still like them, and I'm not afraid to admit it. I like pumpkin spice lattes. You heard it right here on the Hippie Speedball Podcast. Bust my balls. Fuck you. Anyway, let's go ahead and keep this rolling. Today, I got part 2 of the most popular episode of the Hippie Speedball Podcast. I got Red, the rewind. Now, Red, the pro poker player, back in the house, and he's going to talk about some weight loss and a little bit more about poker and that big ass hand that he used to win that fucking table. So, welcome back, Red. Hey, rocking with the mohawk. We got the ginger with the soul over here. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome.
Hell yeah. Here you go, man. And what are we smoking on? You brought some goodies, man. What was in those?
You should have brought me the containers, bro.
All right, well, we got one of them
was
right
garlic
here.
something.
Yeah, one of them was
38%.
garlic cookies.
Garlic cookies. Unfortunately, I don't have the producer for this one. It is distributed by Time Trading Co., and it is 38%. So I'm sure someone in the comments will know who produces this garlic cookies.
Yeah, and we also got some wedding cake twisted up in that, which is a 30.59%, 0.8% CBD, and it's produced by JD Grown. It's fucking super tasty shit, man. And then, of course, we got them rolled up in the Optimo because those are the wraps of choice here on the show. We passing it this way? You all want to grab that? Are you able to?
You guys
I can't
enjoy your
really
blunt.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
I think I might be able to. Can we reach? No?
Ooh.
There we go. Go on, we got to include you. We got to get you on the blunt. Come on. I mean, you might be rotating the camera and you might be doing the research, but we got to include you on the show. So, Red, what the fuck you been up to, man? It's good to have you back.
Yeah, it's good to be back. Not that I live that far away, really. But.
I know, right? I know. We're basically neighbors. Well, and plus you're fucking all over the place all the time anyway, with driving and shit. So luckily you're able to find the place all right. You just needed the apartment number again. You were like, let's fuck shit up, man.
Fuck up the world.
Yeah, I love that shit. So how's life been treating you, man? What you been up to?
Oh, good. My son started baseball. We've just been out doing a lot of practicing.
Hell yeah.
His coach is really good too.
Nice.
Like good at teaching him. And
that's awesome, man.
He has a bunch of different little things that I would never even ponder people did for baseball, like how to hit. Like he has these HVC pipes, and like it makes you twist your hips because you have to he has a tee set up, so he has these HVC pipes, and you have to hit it with the end of the HVC pipe, right? So you have to twist and angle down to hit it off the tee, which is just genius, and it's getting the kids to twist their hips.
That's crazy
because they have to stationary their feet.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I didn't even know they have it. It's just like he brought it and did it. And I'm like, wow, I've just never seen anything
They
like
have little conditioning stuff for freaking baseball players and stuff. I didn't even know, but I knew about the weighted bats and stuff. Like they would put the weights on there whenever they're trying it out.
That was like old school. Now they have these little things. They're like this. They're heavier than a bat. And it has like a ball inside of it, right? So when they swing it, they want it to hit right here and not hit back here. The ball hits the end of the bat.
Okay,
and
so
I'm like, what?
It's basically making them so they
that?
have to use the right motion for it to swing the right way.
Yeah, I'm like, that is so cool. And you want it to ding over there where you want the ball to connect. You know what I mean?
I would be so much better at baseball if they had this shit when I was younger. Like mine was just like, get your fucking elbows out. Like that was basically the advice that I got. And it sucked because I came from a really big baseball family to where everybody in the family plays baseball, basically except for me. Like I'm like the only one that wasn't playing, and I mean I could play, but I never played on a team or anything.
I played softball.
Yeah,
on my church league.
I played football and I did wrestling for one season.
Like one of the last games, dude, where I was an outfielder, and everybody heard me call for the ball, and I'm like 80 pounds bigger at the time, run as fast as I can, and then like at the corner of my eye, I see a lady in front of me. I try to stop. I roll. my head snaps her shin in half.
Oh shit!
Yeah, headbutt her shin, and I'm like, oh man, I'm fuck. I felt so bad.
That's fucking crazy.
They like drove an ambulance out on the outfield to come pick her up, and I'm like, I felt like I was the devil, bro. I'm like, what? And they're like, we heard you call it, and like she caught the ball too, dude.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was in her mitt, and I'm like I couldn't stop, you know?
Right?
Ouch.
You had fucking God damn.
I never saw her again too, because it was like churches from different churches, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Or people from random churches
okay.
together or whatever. So I don't even remember her name, or I'm sorry.
If you happen to be listening to this, my bad. Oh, it's all good, man.
Yeah, then I almost fucking just woo.
So you're coming off a month-long tolerance break, and you took a break off of more than just weed. It was weed, and you don't drink anyway, and it was weed, caffeine, and so, I mean, and you started with a 2-day fast, man. How was that?
Well, I got grumpy. I quit nicotine. I quit weed. I quit caffeine, and then I started the month off with a 2-day fast.
Oh, okay.
I definitely bit my kid's head off a little bit.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, you said you timed it up though, so it wasn't like too bad.
Yeah,
like,
it was on day 3 or 4.
There you go. Oh, okay, yeah. So you're still kind of in like coming off like
you're
the
like
angry
kind of
stage.
like you got to get over the caffeine headache. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's a real thing.
That's the one though. Ooh,
and especially like
if you drink a lot of caffeine.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Speaking of caffeine, shout out to Happy Cannabis for this.
Candy apple crisp.
Yeah. Yeah, these fucking coffee mugs that Happy Cannabis provided are awesome. I fucking drink out of these on every episode. Got 2 of them. And I also rock the mask in a lot of places that I go when I'm not wearing the bandana. Oh, there you go. Is that a little tense?
Yeah.
You good?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you just swing over there.
Right,
there you go.
There we go.
I can also make it more on your side, too. Just still adjusting for this new setup.
Yeah,
instead of doing it in the kitchen. Oh, thank you. What do you think about recording it out here now instead of having it at the table?
It's comfy.
A little bit more, comfy. Dude, that couch will eat you alive, man.
I'm about to take a nap. So.
That's a deep ass couch. So one thing that we didn't get to talk about a lot last time is about that hand, and then the guy at the table that you beat. He came up to you afterwards and talked to you a little bit about something. So let's go back to that moment where you won that hand at the table. We can go ahead and play that footage right now, real quick.
What hand?
The one where you're at the...
I'm just joking.
I was going to say, I'm fucking stoned, man.
Beat your table for free beer. Get your 10 grand's worth.
Elsewhere, Ray Romano has settled into his new table. He's concentrating on the poker, but he's not in the hand. In fact, there is a big hand developing between Justin Phillips and Motoyuki Mabuchi. Mabuchi made a bet after the river onto that scary board. Phillips now fires back with a raise.
Has Justin Phillips bet the shirt off his back?
Action on Mabuchi. He's all in.
All in call, table
Phillips
1.
turns over a royal flush. Mabuchi, quad aces.
You gotta be kidding me. Quad aces, your last hand of the main event.
What a way to hit the rail.
There's nothing more ultimate than that.
That is a statistical improbability, my friends.
What a horrible river card for you.
If you flop a set of aces, river quads, and lose, that's a bad beat.
And Mabuchi does stumble out of the main event.
Take a picture of that one, dude. Oh, that's good. That is just...
If this happened to Phil Hellmuth, the table would no longer be here.
Coming down the table, sit down, boom. 4 aces, royal flush. How many times are you going to see that?
The chances of a royal flush and quads happening in the same hand, 1 in 2.7 billion.
I like you. You guys really hug?
Yeah, you got to give some love to the dealer.
I get a little credit too, right? That's good. You wouldn't have came here and none would have happened. You're the man. I love Raymer.
He loves Greg Raymer?
Everybody watch that show!
Greg Raymer has his own TV show?
Wow, you got a famous TV show.
You're an asshole, man. Fuck you.
You're an asshole, bro.
Go fuck yourself. Tell me about the goddamn poker.
Well, basically, this is just late day 1 in the main event at the World Series of Poker or whatever. And
Or whatever.
No big deal.
Or whatever.
Just the World Series of Poker. I mean, you've all been there, right?
$10,000 buy-in. Wasn't my money.
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, anyways, so this guy has I'm like, blah. Just a second.
Everyone's nice and baked in here.
Let me get my bearings. All right, so like I'm like later in position. I don't know if you even know what position is on a table. There's a button, dealer button.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm like behind the button. I have king jack of diamonds. This guy like raises pre-flop. I just call. Flop comes like ace, queen, 9, 1 diamond. So I have king jack of diamonds, and like basically, so I just have a gut shot. Do you know what a gut shot is?
Mm-mm. I'm just nodding my head, just saying, okay, I'll look that up later. Yeah. I was gonna look it up, but yeah, what's a gut shot?
Oh, so there's ace, queen, and you can make it straight if you have ace, king, queen, jack, 10, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the board is ace, queen, 9, and I have king, jack of diamonds. So if I have a 10, then I have a Broadway. That's what they call it.
Okay.
The biggest straight possible.
Okay.
But he doesn't bet, so I just check behind, and the turn is a 10 of diamonds, right? Which gives me the nuts with the flush draw. And, like when you're playing, you never even, I didn't even, like, I knew the royal was possible. Like, I didn't think about it at all. I'm just playing. I'm like, oh, and he bets, and I didn't want to lose him, so I just call. And I didn't think he was that strong. Definitely not as strong as he turned out to be.
Yeah, to be. I know, no shit. You probably weren't expecting that.
And then the ace of diamonds on the river gave me the royal, and I'm like, I didn't even have to look back at my hand. I'm like, I just hit the royal. That's the first one I'd ever had. I was like, wow, in a $10,000 tournament, fucking royal flush.
I know. I love your reaction.
I'm like, how can I get this guy's money? Yeah. Well, that was after the money was in, bro.
yeah, I know. Yeah. That was crazy, man. Yeah. So what did he say to you afterwards?
Well, that I was talking about like the year afterwards.
Okay. Gotcha.
At that point, we just shook hands, and he walked away, did that little stumble step out. He's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wow. Because I'm like, how do I get his money? He just like gave it to me. I'm like, oh, that's why he gave it to me.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
But then the next year, so he comes up to me. He's like, you royal flush, me quad aces, you famous in Japan. Everybody knows who you are, cause I famous in Japan.
That's fucking awesome.
And his name's Moriyuko Mabuchi.
Moriyuko Mabuchi.
Yeah.
Moriyuko Mabuchi. I need to remember that. That's fucking awesome, man. That is so cool. I didn't realize I had
then he tried to shake my hand. I just pushed his hand down, gave him a hug, told him to run better.
That's fucking awesome, man. All right. So tell me about this hoodie that you're wearing, bro. You told us a dope ass story about how you got this hoodie, and I would love to fucking hear it. I would love you to tell it again, like for the people to hear it. Yeah, because I already heard it, and it was a really fucking cool. So just for the people that can't see it, it's a golden nugget. What is it for again?
They gave it away when you final tabled in a tournament.
Okay. And how did you get this hoodie again?
Well, so like this is after I lost all that weight, and then before when I used to hang out in Vegas, I used to be like on like 12-ounce rock or 24-ounce rock stars, and like I was like 60 pounds bigger, so I was never cold, and it just sitting in there in the wife beater or whatever, you know what I mean? So then I go down there, and I've only brought like 2 t-shirts with me and like a bunch of wife beaters, you know? It's hot in Vegas, right? Mm-hmm. And like, fuck, after I lost all that weight, my hands were always like freezing, and I'm just sitting there freezing at the poker table. And then we go to play the Golden Nugget tournaments or whatever, and I find out that if you final table them, you get one of these hoodies. So I ended up like
I'm fucking cold.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck, I gotta earn one of those. I can't even go buy one. I gotta just like wait and like earn it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is so fucking cool.
And then like I final table like the first 5 out of 7 tournaments that year, but not all at the Golden Nugget. But like I got 2 of the hoodies.
I was gonna say, they give you
a red one and a blue one. I'm like, I'm warm.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, that's awesome. Because like we were saying earlier, when you lose weight, I mean, that's one thing that you don't really think about. You're all thinking like, okay, cool, I'm going to look good, I'm going to feel healthy and this, that, but you're going to be fucking cold.
Yeah, and then you're sitting there, man, I should just be fat and happy again. Shit, like a teddy bear or something.
I miss my Owens Corning fiberglass insulation that I used to have in my body to keep me all nice and toasty warm, because now like I have to fucking layer up a lot more and everything.
Yeah,
and I miss
your body moving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. And the cool thing is, I mean, you and I basically lost about the same amount of weight. And so how did you do it, man? How did you really actually drop all that weight? And what was your inspiration to do it in the first place?
Well, my inspiration was my son.
Okay. I
just wanted to be able to, like, I hurt my back, and I just wanted to be able to, like, play catch with my son in the yard, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good inspiration.
Shout out to my son, Jasper Dylan Phillips, JDP LTB. My bad.
It's all good. It's all good. That's awesome, man. So how did you get it jump started? Like, what was your first step to really get the process going?
Well, my first step was just deciding to get off like the opiates and like trade to the weed, and then I started like walking and stretching, and then I like bought this blow up hot tub, and I started like stretching in the hot tub, which kind of loosened me even more. Because I had a disc protrusion in my L3, L4, and a piece of cartilage like broke off, hardened, and lodged in between my disc and a nerve shooting down my right leg. Yeah.
Oof, fuck.
And I dealt with that for like a year and a half, just laid up.
That's fucking crazy, man. How was it like you? So you switched from opiates to cannabis? Like you just had made that? How like what kind of opiates were you taking?
Just Oxycontin or something like that.
Wow.
What is it? Whatever it was.
Yeah.
It was strong.
Damn, dude. I
remember one day when I was like in so much pain, just waiting to get something to take away the pain at the hospital, and they say in the line like it's like I could tell you're in a lot of pain because you either have to go to the bathroom really bad or your nerves are just eating you right now or whatever. And then I remember laying out, like I laid myself on the ground and I had my hand in the bag. I'd already taken some meds and they finally kicked in and I'm like, oh, I'm not moving. They like brought security over because I was like laying on the ground. I'm like, nope, I just got a bad bag and I'm not moving till my ride gets here. I am totally fine.
No, I'm good. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Well, so I mean, how did you? Because there's a lot of people that are listening that probably would be really interested to know how you were able to make that transition. Because a lot of people that are taking opiates and like the people that are addicted to the different like prescriptions and painkillers. I mean, how did you make that transition? Did you like wean yourself off and then just replace it with weed, or were you just like, all right, no, fuck it, I'm just going to use weed instead?
I kind of just did the, like, I balanced them a little bit or whatever, and then like eventually just dropped them off.
Oh, okay. So you kind of just like weaned it off and then just kind of basically transit. Okay. I see. Yeah. For anybody listening, I mean, that would be a smart thing to do because opiates are no fucking joke. Like, I mean, and it sucks because they're basically like made to fucking, like keep you addicted to them, like they're made to keep you going and everything like that. I got a lot of friends that are suffering from both, pain and addiction problems that they're freaking prescribed opiates for some reason.
Well, I don't know that I was addicted to them.
I'm not saying you were, but I'm saying like people that might need to make a transition.
I've got a very addictive personality, and opiates has kind of scared me. So,
well, good for you, man. That's good.
Sometimes I just take a few days off and just deal with the pain. Mm-hmm. Soak in the hot tub a lot,
Yeah. I don't know if I have an addictive personality. What would define as an addictive personality? Because I mean, I can understand like being like really into one thing, but I'm not really into another.
Well, I just picked my addictions well, Like I'm pot's number one,
Okay.
Like boom.
So you're
then, like poker, like it's a gambling. It's a it's not like it's a normal thing that people do.
The cool thing about poker, though, is you're not playing with your own money, though, so that's really good.
Well, yeah, but and like
and you can just play all you want. I even have it
like better. Yeah, it's like cool. I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah, that's because like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are really. I know some that are suffering from addiction, and they need to make that transition. So
they're suffering from pain, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Of some kind, whether it be physical or mental, for sure. And
some of them a lot. It's together too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And they just need to get out of their brain a little bit. That's
well,
what
I mean,
the weed does for me.
If your mind and your body is tarnished, then your soul will start to get crushed.
What soul, bro? What soul?
You have a soul. You've made that very clear.
No, sure.
You can't say you ain't got no soul.
Yeah,
no
you should
more.
probably post a picture of it.
I want to actually. Yeah. I want to. I thought we should probably do that for the thumbnail. I thought that would actually be pretty fucking sick. We just get you in front of the card, like posing, like G status. I thought that would be fucking sick. Hell yeah, dude, that's awesome. And congratulations again for losing the weight, man. Like, because that's no joke. I bloated up for a little bit. Now I'm kind of back on the transition. You did a 48-hour fast. And I just came off a 36-hour. I probably could have pushed it for 2 days, but I just wanted to, break it. But it was definitely, it was new for sure. I've never gone
I used to
that
do 3
long.
days, and like it's like you get really weak towards the end of the third day. I still want to be able to like drive and do what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 2 days like perfect.
See, I feel like 2 days.
But
probably
then I go
be,
right
like,
into
max.
intermittent fasting to where I try to eat between like 2 and 8.
Yeah, so you do intermittent
I just
fasting.
go right into it. Yeah,
Nice. So you do an 8-16? Is that what you do? An 8-hour eating window and then 16 hours fasting?
2 to 8. 2 to 8's like 6 hours.
Oh, so okay. So you do a 6-18. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I do about like an 8-hour window.
Which I'm
and
not
then
like
16
exactly
hour
doing
fast.
right now because I hit
Well,
the
hey,
weed back
dude,
up
yeah.
again. I'm like,
Exactly.
a 24-hour period, sweet.
You need to you need to celebrate a little bit.
Yeah.
You're back. You're smoking up again. Speaking of smoking up, let's get this fucking blunt back going. We accidentally let it go out, but that happens a lot. That's one thing I love about these Optimo fucking wraps, man, is they put themselves out. If this was a Swisher, it would be completely gone by now. I got Shelby turned on to these, man, too. Yeah, we're just talking about like you were saying, they kind of like have like that backwoods sort of feel, but they're way easier to roll because I can't roll backwoods. They're always way too loose. You have to like soak them up, and I don't like it. I don't like blunts where you have to get them all slobbery and shit before you can actually smoke on them. Yeah, right. You have to give it a bath.
You're supposed to use honey. No?
What's that?
Just roll it with honey? No? I don't know.
Can you smoke honey? I feel like
After you microwave it a little bit, yeah.
I feel like that'd be
You never smoked a honey blunt?
I don't know. I've never actually smoked like honey before. Have you?
I really want to now. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'm not above smoking honey.
Don't ask me to roll it. I just watched them do it.
That, and I've wanted always to try a rose blunt. You can sometimes get blunts that are rolled in rose petals. I've always wanted to try that.
Ooh,
Like
fancy.
all dried out or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh.
Hint, hint, wink, wink for a Valentine's Day present there, Shelby. Hell yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, and I'm trying to get back to where it was, and right now when I first lost my weight a long time ago, we can pull up a picture right now. I have a little before and after. When I first lost my weight, I deprived myself of carbs like way too fucking much. Like that was my problem, and so now I'm switching over to counting my macros instead, like I was telling you about. Like, so anybody that's listening that doesn't know about that, it's basically controlling the exact amount of protein, carbs, and fat that you have. And because I'm starting to work out 6 days a week, I need to actually up my carb intake. And then usually on my rest days, I don't have as much. But now I'm starting to incorporate more macro counting and shit, and it seems to be worth it because like I'm feeling more like full when I'm eating, but I also know that I'm getting the right shit, and I'm not feeling like super bloated and not like having as many like carbs and sugar as I once was. So for anybody listening, I definitely recommend looking into it. You can find all sorts of calculators and shit like that online for your activity level and everything. But I was like depriving myself way too much because you have that, when you're overweight, you have that motion that carbs are the fucking devil, and everybody is kind of saying that, but it's like you do need some. Like you can't deprive yourself too much because I ended up losing a shitload of muscle whenever I lost my weight. So now I'm more focused on like weight training and doing that. Like I got some kettlebells and I got some dumbbells and I got shit that I'm kind of doing just here at the house.
What are kettlebells?
You don't know what kettlebells are?
I mean,
they're like they're these weights that they're basically like a ball with like a handle on it. Like, yeah, and it's like circle, and then the handle kind of comes up like that, and then you use them for like you swing them around, you like use them for all sorts of different workouts and exercises. You can use them for tons of different shit, but I need a heavier one because I had a
so you needed heavier balls.
Heavier ball, actually.
Oh, heavier ball.
Yeah, those are kettlebells right there.
I haven't been in
Thank you. I appreciate
I haven't been
that.
in a weight room in a long time.
I haven't been to the gym in forever, but those kettlebells are fucking dope because there's like so much shit you can do with them. I do these things called clean and presses, to where you basically, they're on the floor and you squat down, you pick it up, and then you throw it over on the side right here, and then you press it up, and then you bring it back down, and it's a fucking
Not with
some of those. It'll
not
kill
with my
ya.
back. Not with my back.
Well, it's mostly you're not supposed to use your back too much. At least in the way I saw them done. There's more like a squat that you pick them up, but you don't and you kind of throw them out. So you do kind of, because you kind of throw your hips
like a
out.
bad motion for my back.
Yeah.
Especially with
that.
it's not even just my weight. It's like what, like you talking 10 pounds or 20 pounds?
No, usually you need to do them with
heavier.
Yeah, heavier,
yeah.
because
See,
because you're
I'm
working out those.
I don't want to jack my back up. Dude.
For sure, yeah. You should probably stick with something a little bit less impact. Definitely,
I do my body weight. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, that works, man. I mean, shit. I mean,
I mainly push-ups, crunches, like some pull-ups, fucking whatever I can do around the house. Whatever.
I want to try the. I would love to fucking try the One Punch Man challenge. Have you ever seen the way that they work out in that show, One Punch Man? Like,
is that their whole workout? Let's do this. Boom. All right, we're out.
No, it's 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and 100 squats, and a 6-mile run every single day. That sounds intense.
That sounds aggressive.
All together? Or can you break it up?
And well, just as long as they're all done on the same day. I mean, yeah, you can break them up.
So you could do like 3 miles run and then do half the stuff, and then the 3 mile run and then
totally
the other half.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, that's how I'd have to do it.
That's the way I would do it. Is I'd have to like break it up.
That's what I'm saying.
So.
Do you have to do it all at once, like 6 miles? I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day.
Right? Or I would sit there and do like 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and 10 sit-ups, and I would just do that 10 times.
Or you have to have all that done by the end of your 6 mile run.
Or yeah, exactly.
Incorporated. Like there could be different rules. You
exactly. You
rules,
run a mile, then you squat, like jump down and do all that, and then yeah, exactly. So that would be a fucking cool way to do it. Next thing you know, you're just fucking like just completely jacked. you look like you just did like fucking 2 years in prison because you're just like totally fucking ripped. Those body weight exercises, I mean, that'll fucking that's super beneficial. I mean, that's why those guys come back looking just like completely jacked, because that's all they're using is their body weight and just using like push-ups and fucking burpees and dips and squats and everything. I actually do dips right here because this is just enough space for my hands, and so I'll put my hands right here and I'll just do dips right in this little space and then just come down. That's where I do my dips, right here, actually. Works really fucking well. I was using this piano bench, but it's too narrow and it was fucking up my shoulders. When I was trying to go down, it wasn't really doing anything for my actual triceps. That's gonzo.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man. So what style of poker is it that you play again? It wasn't Texas Hold'em. It was something else. You mentioned it on the podcast again, but I wanted to learn a little bit more about it again.
It's Big O.
Big O. So try to explain it again. What's the difference between Big O and a different style of poker?
Well, most people play Hold'em, which is a 2-card game. This is a 5-card game, so you get 5 cards in your hand, and you get to use 2 different ones for the high and 2 different ones for the low versus the board. So you play 3 on the board and 2 out of your hand.
Okay.
But you have 5 cards, so you can use like 2 different ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
But there's not always a low in this game. So
okay, because I played 5-card stud. Like, so is it kind of a little bit more geared towards that than it would be like traditional Texas Hold'em?
Well, explain to me how you play 5-card stud.
Well, 5-card stud, the way I've played it is like whenever you get 5 cards and then you have to use that to the best of your advantage with 2 trades or however many that the house has done.
How is that stud? That's a draw.
Okay, 5-card draw. That's what I meant, not stud.
That's why I want to see what game you're talking about.
Okay,
5-card stud is like you get 5 cards. Most of it be like maybe you'd get 2 in your hand and then 3 face up, and you'd bet on each one face up or something. Like that's a stud game, and you only get your only 5 cards. It's
just why I'm glad I have you, because I don't know dick about poker.
I just wanted to see where you were at. So okay, so 5-card draw.
I am
you get 2 different draws, right?
Okay, yeah. So the 5-card draw, that's what I played. Not 5-card stud. Sorry, stone brain. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know dick about poker. I've played blackjack, and I've learned a little bit of counting in my day, but I'm not really.
There's little faces on the cards there's a jack with there's Suicide King with the sword in his head, and one-eyed jack.
I was really surprised with how simple card counting really is. Like I was actually really surprised, because I thought it was going to be a lot more complicated. But I know there's different counting systems, but I just learned traditional high-low, and so but when I was doing it, I was kind of surprised with how fast I was able to pick it up. And then I would just sit there at the table and I would make sure I had tons of noise going. Like I had fucking the music on. Juno would be out here running around watching TV and shit, and I'd just be sitting there counting a deck like just as fast as I possibly could with all the noise. And then I would take one card and then I would have it aside, and then that way I would know at the end of the count if I was still on count. So like I would I'd be like, okay, so I'm sitting there at a freaking -1, and then that last card, boom, is a king. It's like, okay, cool, I had the count going. I got a point where I could count through a deck in about like 25 to 30 seconds. Like that's how fast I could count through at least one single deck.
I don't know anything about counting.
It's really simple. So high-low system, basically it works as is the 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Well, I know it's versus like face cards, dude.
Yeah. And so like the 2, 3, 4, 5. For those that don't know, a high-low system is the cards 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 have a -1 value. 7, 8, and 9 have no value, and 10s, faces, and aces have a +1 value. So as the cards come out, you give them that value as they're going. So it's like you see it, it's like +1, 0, -1, 0, +1, +2, +3, +2, +1, 0, like, and it goes down and up. And basically whenever the count is higher, I got that backwards. The high cards get a negative value, the low cards give a plus value.
Just you straight up versus the dealer, right?
Yeah, because
every time another player sits down, it changes.
Yeah, so you have to adjust accordingly, and also you have to adjust for multiple decks too. So like you have to be able to do like the king and do division in your head all at the same time while you're sitting at the table. And it's weird though, because I can do it, and I was really surprised when I've actually done it. But then as they're like coming out, and then basically whenever the count is high, you know that there's going to be more high cards that are going to be coming out, because those low cards, as you're giving them the +1 value, that means that there's more high cards in the deck. And so I was sitting at one time, it was like our first trip to Vegas, and that's awesome, man. So what else? You said you wanted to go over a couple things here. We talked about your weight loss, we talked about that hand, and talked about changing over to cannabis. And then you said we didn't go over a couple things last time.
No, I don't think we finished, because I started walking a lot after I started stretching. And I ended up walking like only like a block at the first of the year, and then by like the end of the year, stretching, the hot tub, switching just to cannabis. Like I'd get up to, actually I started like me and my son called walking, where I would like kind of dance while I walk, you know. And I've been doing like 5, and then I started doing 10 miles. I ended up doing like 14 miles by the end of the year, and then and then I added on insurance or whatever, and then I finally got my surgery, got that piece of cartilage out of my back, and my back still hurts, but it's like, I don't know, I gotta keep up on my stretches and
nice.
Keep the weight off.
What stretches do you do?
I just do like a 53-second hold 'em like crunches.
Oh, okay.
Keep shoulder blades up, and then 1, 2, 3 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And then I do like 60 push-ups. Like this is like just every day or whatever, starting out the day. I should probably do them twice a day actually, and then just a lot of different stretches. Like those are hard to explain.
Okay. Yeah. Did you do any like yoga to help out with your back and stuff?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
Just stuff that I learned from like different places. Like I used to take my son to a Ninja Warrior type place.
Nice.
They went out of business, but during COVID or whatever, because you know, a lot of people going there to train, leaving
for sure
bacteria
definitely.
everywhere during But so he's like really fit and really knowledgeable, and then I stuff from the chiropractors or whatever, the physical trainers, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stuff from there. I took a little bit from that, and then from like that guy at the Ninja Warrior place. I can't remember the name. It's not Ninja Warrior, but it's like another one.
Can you look that up possibly? Like Ninja Warrior place Portland, or Ninja Warrior training Portland, probably something like that, maybe.
It was like it was a training place.
Skyhook Ninja Fitness, was it in Tigard?
No.
Main Warrior Gym, was it in South Portland?
I mean, it wasn't even there last time I drove by. Like not even the sign or nothing. So it's like,
oh, okay. It would probably say permanently closed or something like that on Google. That's that sucks. That sounds like a cool place to go, though.
It was.
Like, that sounds like a dope place to go.
Your kid like train, and they had like 4 different courses. You know.
Oh my God, Juno would
and
be.
And Jasper, he is getting pretty good at the number 1. You know, they're about to go to the, and then all the crap hit, and they were starting to have like a junior Ninja Warrior on the TV or whatever, and they're coming up with like flyers about like you could
try out,
dude.
Yeah. Fuck, that would, I bet your kid would have loved that. Yeah, dude, that would have fucking been awesome. Juno is like built for that. Like she would be so meant for that, because that kid loves to just run. She loves to jump. She loves to flip. Like that's like she's built for gymnastics or track or something like that. Because I mean,
it's a lot of it just holding your body weight, being able to do your body weight, dude.
Yeah. And she's working on a handstand right now, and she's like trying them all the time. But she can do like running flips. It's crazy. Like one time she has this, because she has this little couch that kind of like folds out into like a little bed or whatever. And it's just like a little foam pad basically. But she brought it out here one time. She's like, Dad, do you want to see my flip? And I was like, sure, I always want to see your flips. And so she laid it out here one time, and she fucking was at her door and just started running. And then she literally just jumped and then just like whoosh, like did a flip and then landed on her feet and and stood up. Like, and she just ran flip and stood right the fuck up. I was like, June, that was awesome. I was like, that was really fucking cool. I was like, do that again. And then she just did it over and over and over and over again. So she's meant for that. And she loves to run. I mean, anytime that kid gets a chance to run, she's just like she's like a fucking puppy. Like she's just needs to get out in like a field.
What kind of puppy?
Like an energetic one. She just needs to just go and just And when I told her that like track existed, I was like, they have sports where that's all you do is run. And I was like, you can race people and stuff. And she was like, what? So I think she's gonna definitely be a track and gymnastics kid for sure. And like I said, like I was saying on the last episode,
how old is she?
She's 7.
Oh.
Yeah, she was only 6 on the last episode when you were here last, I think. And but she just turned 7 in February. But I really want to get her. We talked about it last time. I really want to get her in jiu-jitsu. Yeah, like that's what I really want to get her involved in, because that's going to be so fucking beneficial for her. Because like I said, she only has the one kidney, so she can't do any like impact sports or anything, and so she can't do any sort of competitive. And that would suck if I got her in like like Taekwondo or like some sort of karate or something, and all of her friends are competing and she fucking can't. She can't spar and can't compete or anything like that. So I'm going to Vegas in May. Shout out to the Bud Tender Awards and G4 Live. I'm really fucking pumped to go there. You got any advice for the poker table? I want to try to play some Texas Hold'em. So you got any advice or any sort of etiquette tips you can kind of give me?
Don't be an asshole.
Okay. Well, I'm really good at that. I think I got that covered, so I'm not super worried about that.
I mean, I don't know. We just go play.
Okay. Have you been there at all since COVID? Have you been there recently?
I haven't really done anything.
Oh, okay. Are you still playing online?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. All right. Cool. Well, any sort of like I said, any sort of like etiquette that's at the table, like don't do this, or because I've never played poker.
Well, don't act out of turn. Wait your turn.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
I mean, it's basic stuff, like basic human stuff that people can't do.
That's a good point.
That is just a really be yourself. Talk. Have fun.
Okay.
If you're not having fun, then get out of the situation.
Okay, that's good advice. That's really good advice.
If you feel threatened, run. It is Vegas.
I know, right? I know. I had to remind my friend of that because we were in Vegas, and people aren't as it's not Portland, it's not like it is over here in Oregon. More people are kind of like, you bump into somebody, they're like, oh my bad, excuse me. Like that's kind of a little bit more how it is over here. Over there, you bump into someone, who gives a fuck. Like they're just gonna keep fucking going. And my friend, she was getting like real pissed, and I was like, dude, you got to remember, this ain't Portland. Like it's a completely different atmosphere over here. Sometimes you kind of remember this is the fucking Wild West when you see some shit that's going on in Vegas, and you look at that desert when you're flying in, you're like, God, there's so many bodies out there. There's like so many people buried out in that freaking desert, and it's crazy to think about. When we were our first time there, we were entering the casino, and these people gave us a flyer saying that the casino that we were staying at that apparently had the highest murder rate the previous year in Vegas. Like there was more bodies found at that casino than any other place.
Well, that's a good statistic to pass out,
right? And they were like religious people trying to get people to not stay and leave. Las
you guys
Vegas
come on Halloween
stuff
as well and dress up so we can't tell who anybody is.
Yeah, it was like, and we came in September, and it was kind of weird when we were walking in. We're like, oh, that's right, yeah, it's a different place out here. You have to kind of watch yourself in certain areas. And I was just watching this report that apparently there's been like a robbery string at the fucking at one of the major casinos. I'm not going to say their name, but at one of the more expensive, more luxurious casinos, there's been like a huge like chain of fucking robberies and shit that has been happening. And so
like at the casino.
Like yeah, like
or
not
just
like
people getting robbed out in front of the casino,
like people getting robbed in their rooms, like people breaking into rooms and like stealing their shit and stuff like that, but
not robbing the casino.
But no,
because
like,
you'd hear about that one a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. Like
that one would get stopped.
Oh yeah, real fucking fast. I don't even know why anybody would even try to do that these days. I mean, this ain't Ocean's 11.
Yeah,
like you can't do that. By the way, one of my favorite movies. I'm probably gonna watch that when I'm in Vegas because I like to watch a Vegas themed movie when I'm there.
Oh nice.
And yeah. And last time I was there, I watched Fear and Loathing. That's a really good one to watch when you're there, especially when you're staying on Fremont. But yeah, to rob a casino is a dumb fucking idea. But a lot of people have been getting robbed in their rooms, so gotta watch yourself. Don't make sure nobody sees you win too much money. Don't make too big of a deal about it if you do. Take your chips, walk to the table, and just get the fuck up into your room in silence. That's the way I operate, at least. I should probably start wrapping this up, man. We're going on going on almost an hour, man.
Really? Already?
Yeah, I know. It was fucking goes by quickly, right? When you actually talk about what we were actually going to talk about, not get too ripped and sidetracked like we did last time. But hey, man, I really want to appreciate you coming back on because, like I said, your episode is like the most popular episode actually of the podcast, so really want to appreciate you fucking coming on and showing your love. And it's awesome that I met you at the dispensary. I still love that, the fact that we met at the pot shop, and then when I heard that you were a pro poker player, I'm like, this is pretty awesome. and now I got a new friend, so I really appreciate it, bro. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, and thank you, team, for fucking running everything. I can't do this without you guys. Thanks a lot to the JTP team, Shelby and Betsey over there kicking it. Let me go ahead and sign off. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Hippie Speedball Podcast. It is Joe, your host with the most Joe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.